Everyone, Zeddy here again today with a brand new video, and welcome to This Week in Hearthstone, week number 2. It's our new weekly news recap series where we cover all the news and events in the Hearthstone world over the past week. I've compiled a bunch of stories, so let's get going. Let's take a look at what happened this week in Hearthstone. So our top story of the week is Purple, former Grand Master of Hearthstone, has been suspended for a year from competitive play. This stems from, there's been a lot of Me Too stuff going on Twitter. A lot of that stuff has been going on the last few months, and Purple got caught up in it. He was accused of some sexual assault stuff, things like that. Again, it's all alleged, nothing's confirmed or anything, but it resulted in him being dropped from Team Liquid, as well as now Hearthstone has suspended him from all competitive play for at least a year, as outlined by this timeline. He's allowed to still play the game. He's streaming BGs and all of that and doing very well with it. But yeah, you will not be seeing Purple returning to competitive play anytime soon until his suspension wears out. And, it sucks to see, but things happen, and we'll see what ends up happening with the whole situation. I believe he stated that he was going to potentially sue the person that was accusing him of slander and all this stuff. It's pretty messy. I'm not going to go into details about it. You can look it up and all that, but yeah, it's an unfortunate situation, and as someone who has been a big fan of Purple, it just kind of sucks to see how that has all transpired. Also in the esports punishment world, we mentioned last week that Firebat was fined and disqualified from week 1 of Grandmaster's top 4 due to missing his check-in time, and as a result, Eddie ended up getting fined a couple days later, $500 by HS Esports, which he took to Twitter about being pretty upset about, and I even believe Zlay retweeted this and said that the NA GMs are just kind of being treated like garbage, and basically he was fined because, well, Firebat overslept, missed his check-in time, that bumped up his match time, and he barely made it in time for the event, the match at all, and I guess because he was late, they fined him $500 as well. So yeah, they're pretty strict on their check-in time. So I guess these GMs are gonna have to really start getting in there on time. You just wish that, they'd be a little more lenient since their schedule is so all over the place. Basically, if things end up wrapping early, it's on the GMs to be just ready at will. So yeah, sucks for them. Not really the best of situations, but again, it's the rules they agreed to, like we mentioned last week, and I guess they just have to adapt or keep getting these fines, which just kind of suck as well. I'm going to do a new segment on This Week in Hearthstone, and that's basically like a mini meta recap for Standard and Wild. Like, talk about what's going on, like what new decks have popped up in Standard and Wild, what is the meta looking like, so I can give you kind of an idea. So we'll start off with Standard. Standard, we are seeing a lot of Bomb Warrior. There's a lot more greedy builds of Bomb Warrior popping up, due to also the popularity of Highlander Priest is very popular. So Bomb Warrior has kind of shifted towards this Galakrond package. A lot of people are just throwing in Galakrond, Kronks, just so you have that 3 damage hero power, and Priest struggles, to heal that much. And you're still doing the whole weapon buff thing. Some people have ditched Skipper Armorsmith for just pure removal and weapon upgrades. And yeah, Highlander Priest is the other big popular deck on ladder in Standard. But there's also a new deck that's popped up that's very popular that I've been playing on stream and I've been enjoying, actually, which is weird considering how big a critic of Demon Hunter I've been. But yes, Demon Hunter has been very popular. The deck called Control Demon Hunter, I hate that. I tweeted out that it should be called Burn Demon Hunter, because that's what you do. It's basically you stall with healing until basically you draw your burn. You draw your Soul Shard Lapidary. You draw your Gladebound. You draw your Marrow Slicer. And you have some board clears. You have Magthridon, and you have, Blade Dance and all of that to clear the board. But effectively, it's a burn deck. It's very reminiscent to me of old Gunther Mage, where you would stall with ice blocks and things like that. And well, here you're stalling with healing removal, and then you burn your opponent out. And it's done pretty well. It's definitely a fun meta breaker to check out, and some people have had good success with it, as have I. And in Wild, yeah, we posted the video very recently about Dark Lair Warlock dominating the meta. It is. It's a lot. It's over 50% for a lot of people that they're facing, and the other vast majority of decks on ladder are basically Highlander Priests, because it can be Dark Lair Warlock, as I mentioned. And also, it's just also pretty much completely busted and is borderline at that broken level too, mainly because Polkelt with tutoring your draw and Mindrender Lucia shoring up all bad matchups. Reno Priest is like, they're just like basically both tier ass Dark Lair and Reno Priest. And then you have Kingsbane Rogue in the mix as well still, because it can smork down the Dark Lair Warlock, as well as just have that insane opener against Reno Priest and smork them down as well. But overall, the meta in Wild is very, not very diverse. It's not very interactive in any way, and it's really comprised of basically 2/3 decks. So, Wild's not in the greatest spot. We'll see if things adapt, or the meta adapts at all, considering everything, but pretty skeptical on it, and I'm hoping that Blizzard keeps a close eye on this, and maybe does a patch regarding this in the near future. Had the return of Igzar on social media. Igzar, if you're not aware, is the lead card designer for Hearthstone, and is in charge of a lot of stuff in terms of like card design and all of that. And he took a month off of social media. He was just refueling. I mean, it's hard to be reading Twitter and Reddit all the time. I can attest to that. And he's like someone very high up in the world, and he probably takes a lot of flack, from a lot of people. I mean, I've been guilty of getting a little bit upset as well. So, he took a break, but now he's come back. He made a post on regards to the Battlepass situation. We've covered that a couple times on the channel. And he went to Reddit. There was a thread about something regarding it, and he had some interesting stuff to say. So it was highlighted in this tweet from Ben Hearthstone that I'm highlighting here. But basically, he confirmed what I had basically said in my video. He said that assuming you play the same amount and have the same quest completion rate, you shouldn't earn less gold or non-gold in the new system. In nearly all circumstances, you should be earning slightly more gold and more non-gold packs, etc. Our plan is to remove rewards from quests, though the experience you earn per quest on average will net you as much or more rewards as quests give you now. Something that has come up a lot is the idea that you'll no longer be able to obtain the packs you want at day one, and instead will get a drip feed of packs over the expansion. While you will receive rewards as the expansion goes on, the gold you earn per expansion should remain relatively flat from what you earn now. This should make your ability to buy packs on day one similar to what you get now, but with more non-gold rewards added on top. Our intent with the system is for it to be upside for all players. We've done many checks on different player segments to try and make sure that it is the case no matter how you play. Despite all this, we're making XP level and XP bonuses as tuning knobs. In case our predictions were incorrect, we can push legendary quests or give out additional rewards during events as well. And yeah, so he's just trying to like put out, trying to fan the flames on some of the concerns that people have had. They said that basically their estimate for the system that they have in place is much gold or rewards as you did before, which is basically what I said based on my rough math. And that, if they are wrong, they have checks in place to basically boost what you will get. If it ends up we're getting less than they thought, they can add new quests and all that. So again, it was a survey, it's a feeler, it wasn't even finalized, and they're already giving us more information that the battle pass system's looking like they think they know what they're doing on this, and I think that's good to see. And I wish people would have maybe chilled a little bit and not jumped down their throats on this, because I think that the hate Blizzard got over the battle pass situation was a little bit ridiculous, considering nothing was even remotely finalized, and still isn't finalized to this day. Igzar also took to Twitter to comment on the meta in Skullomance so far, and basically said both in terms of metagame and everything, they're really happy with Skullomance so far. They like the magical fantasy vibe. He had a lot of decks he enjoyed playtesting and all that, and basically they're very happy with the launch, which makes me think that there might not be a balance change for a little bit. I mean, we did have one this week with Mindrender Lucia and Kalthus getting nerfed, but more minor tweaks than anything. And again, I think I'm okay with this. I feel that the biggest issue in the game right now isn't really balance, it's more of the created by stuff going on. Like, there's still too much of that, but I don't think that's really going to go away or get toned down significantly until basically Rise of Shadows and Descent of Dragons rotating. As long as we keep on this path where the expansions have been the last couple of expansions, I think we're in a good spot. The meta is definitely one of the better ones we've seen recently. They've been really bad, so it's not hard to be better, but overall, I've complained a lot in the past about things that haven't been going great, and, feel like we've been in steps in the right direction, and I agree. It's Skullman's has definitely been a step in the right direction. It's been a lot better. I'm having fun. The created by stuff just drives me crazy here and there, but overall, I agree. I think it's looking pretty cool. There was a new bundle added to the shop this week as well, the Philosophy Bundle. It's 10 Ashes of Outland packs and I believe 10 Year the Dragon packs, and you get 2 brand new legendaries from Skullman's Academy, and it's like $20. Really good deal. Like basically 20 packs you can't get for that cheap, and you get 2 legendaries on top of that, which do hit the duplicate rule, so you can't get a legendary you already have. So if you're missing a couple Skullman's legendaries, boom, you get a couple ones you don't have. If you're looking at spending any money on packs, this is one of the best ways you can do it. If you're not, then, you know, don't buy it, whatever. But yeah, definitely if you have the means to buy it and you're missing some stuff, it basically doesn't get any better than this. So check out the shop for that. I believe it's still going. I wanted to give a quick shout out to Solemn and Raffle in the YouTube Hearthstone World. They both hit 50,000 subs on the same day, and that is amazing. It's great to see the wild scene just really thriving on YouTube, and these guys are amazing content creators, good friends of my stream and our channel and all of that. And I just wanted to give a big shout out to them. If you haven't checked out their channel for some reason, I'm sure you have, but if you haven't, I'll link them down below. Make sure you do. Let's get them to 100K. Get them that play button soon enough. So, congrats to you guys. And to wrap up the week, we're going to take a look at the Grandmaster results for Week 2 across NA, EU, and Asia. NA saw a very Canadian Final Four, and as a fellow Canadian, props to you guys. We saw Eddie defeat Bloodyface in the finals. Bloodyface is the one non-Canadian. He didn't win because he's not Canadian. And Eddie's specialty deck in this was, I believe, the Turtle Mage, the Totaler Mage. Only one that's been bringing it, and he's been doing very well. And third and fourth went to the other Canadians in the group, Monsanto and Language Hacker. In EU, we saw RDU again do very well this week, defeating Bunny Hopper in the finals. I believe RDU went undefeated in pre-smears, so I guess he's a masochist after all, but a very good one at that. And third and fourth went to Yarla and X-Blies. Very similar Final Four to last week. I think only Bunny Hopper is the only different from last week. And on Asia, we saw Surrender defeat Tom, and the third and fourth went to Tyler and Tiz. So, yeah, some really good performances again by a lot of the same faces. So it seems to be maybe this meta is rewarding some consistency to a lot of these players, which is good to see. And yeah, no drama with this week's GM that I'm aware of. Nobody overslept, no fines, no suspensions. So let's hope that it stays that way. So that's this week in Hearthstone. Let me know in the comments below. Are you enjoying the weekly recap series still? Are there some segments you'd like to see? I've added a couple with like the meta recap, but maybe there's more stuff we should add on there. If you like the video, please like and subscribe. I'll be doing these every week, so if you sub and hit that bell, you're notified of every weekly news recap series. Have a great day. Stay salty, my friend.